Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a new series. I'm the Sarcastic Raptor, as you can see up here, and we're going to be playing some Witcher Thronebreaker, the Witcher Tales. I'm going to start a new game. Select difficulty Adventurer. For players who want to sit back, relax and enjoy the story with the option to skip battles. Well, that guy looks very nervous, that guy overlooking him. We've got Battle Hardened, 4 players seeking a moderate challenge and an impactful story. 4 players familiar with Gwent and ready to put their skills to test. So I go Battle Hardened. I played Gwent before. Every turn on turn start, damage to hard unit by 2. And I know essentially the game is centered around Gwent and also adding the story element to that Gwent factor. So I just have to see how this goes. No, for me, I played a lot of Gwent on. I played a bit of Gwent on Xbox and PC.
War hung in the air, its scent palpable. The mighty empire of Nilfgaard stood poised, greedily eyeing the northern realms just across the Yaruga. In light of the threat, the realm sovereigns met in summit. They made declarations, pledged fraternal assistance, forged alliances, and then, in good spirits, dispersed. Among them, Meve, queen of the twin realms Lyria and Rivia. Know the name? Heard her beauty extolled? Justly so. Remarkable she was. Not for her graceful exterior, but for her persistence and courage. Where was I? As the queen and her retinue neared her capital, Count Caldwell appeared. In Meve's absence, the Count was to have helped her son, the youthful Prince Willem, run the Twin Kingdoms. Caldwell had clearly ridden hard. Drops of perspiration dangled from his whiskers, his neck red and chafed from a ruff, starched stiff.
Hail, Your Majesty. Delighted to see you in good health. The summit, it ended fruitfully, I hope?
Fruitfully, that's a good word.
Yes, at its end, letters were exchanged, documents signed. Paper. Time will tell of what value. That will suffice as cordialities go, Caldwell. Tell me what's happened, for I sincerely doubt sheer longing prompted you to ride out.
Indeed, Your Grace. Another circumstance inspired me to do so.
He's got a bit of a... Notice he's got a bit of a fucking belly, so he probably did knacker him. Right out.
Strays of Spalla, the bandits. I was attended to during Your Grace's absence. The situation's gotten out of hand, I fear.
How's it now? Settle down, Caldwell.
Steady, Caldwell. Come now. Deep breath. All right. Speak. What has happened? Be precise.
As Your Grace ordained, I set out and was nipping at the bandits' tails for long. We pursued for weeks, until scouts returned, having sighted the strays' camp in the forest near Locheren. We waited for nightfall to surprise them as they slept. Alas, it proved a ruse. We found the tents empty, straw-stuffed dummies around the fire. Soon, we learned that as we waited for the sunset, the strays had snuck away, rounded our positions and ridden to Hawksburn.
I beg your pardon, my lord. The tax collectors. That is where they station.
Oh, not good.
So the gold? All of it?
Stolen, Your Grace, but I shall do all in my power to recover it. This I vow, if it be Your Grace's wish.
Yeah, that doesn't really fill me with a load of fucking confidence, Caldwell, after.
After weeks in the saddle, Your Grace's wishes are modest. A hot bath and a night's sleep in her own bed. Yet, they shall have to wait. I must look personally to this matter. Your force, Caldwell, I will now command. You... send a herald to Hawksburn. They must prepare for the Queen's arrival. Air the rooms, dust off the porcelain. Make certain they do it. Do you see now, Reynard? I believe I foretold it would be thus. My son wasn't ready in the least to rule an entire country.
I confess, Prince Willem has much to learn yet.
Yes.
Mm.
And very little time.
Welcome to Thronebreaker. To the Thronebreaker tutorial, I should say. Before embarking on an adventure, you should get acquainted with basic game mechanics. Okay, continue. You can control your character using the left to follow the cobblestone road to reach the next stage of your journey. Okay. Okay, so he's like left clicky click. It's only very real. Nope, okay, we'll just follow the road, I suppose. It's got I like lovely art style. It's the first time playing this. You will expand your army throughout the game, but to do so you must collect the following types of resources: gold, wood and recruits. While on the road you can find useful items and even new companions who will support you in battle. If you don't want to miss anything, be sure to thoroughly explore the map and complete side quests. We will try and do that. There's nothing. Hello.
Thought it were bandits riding it.
Oh, I've got some wood. Hello, woman.
Look, they stretched her over a fire till she told them where she buried her gold.
Oh, lovely.
I'd rather die than tell him she would, but I know where she kept it. Sit tight, sketch it out for you.
Oh, that was nice of her. Congratulations, you found a treasure map. Search the area and you might just find the secret location marks on the map with an X. Okay. So, can I actually look at my map yet? I say, yeah, we can pick up some more wood here. Is there anything else we can collect? I don't think there's anything more over here worth getting. Oh, more wood. Oh, a little mill. So, mill. What is here then? What is that? Recruits we just got. Oh, recruits. Okay, that's cool. I suppose they would be at a tavern, wouldn't they? How do I look at my map then? Morale normal. Open menu. It'll probably pop up with my map, I'm guessing. Where's... Can I chat to you? No, you just seem to be building. Click that. I think we found that just by sheer luck. Congratulations, you discovered a card that can be used in the Gwent multiplayer game. Reynard Odo. Claim it. Obstacle blocks your path. To remove it, you will need to spend some of your resources. Oh, how disappointing. So, Your Majesty, it seems someone's felled an old oak, which now blocks the road. Unfortunately, our wagons cannot go around it. How do you wish to proceed? We can either have the loggers sort the matter, or soldiers conserve their strength. That's usually, we get more wood, or issue access to soldiers and put them to work. So we'll just have the loggers do it. We'll get more wood from that as well. If you're over here, I don't think so. We'll just keep going this way. Most interactive objects are marked clearly on your map, but not at all. Some events cannot be predicted, so you're best prepared for anything. Okay.
Count Caldwell rode at the column's head, scanning its flanks with a wary eye that, despite his advanced age, proved very sharp indeed.
Your Majesty, bandits, there, at the tree line.
The Count's footmen, unaccustomed to escorting their queen, sought to shield her with their bodies and assumed a tight formation to do so. They were promptly knocked aside as Meve charged headlong at the bandits, brandishing her blade and bellowing a ferocious cry.
Attack! Charge!
So we're in a battle now. Meve was convinced the bandits would flee to the cover of the forest. Upon realising their grave mistake, after all, no ordinary bandit would dare attack the retinue of a queen, and the strays of Spalla were a different breed. They held nothing sacred. That's quite cool little art there. So, okay, story battle on a custom deck. Let's start battle. The Road's Edge. This is the battlefield. You will play your cards on the bottom half and your opponent will play on the top. Units can be played on 1 and 2 rows, melee or range, but remember, the abilities of some cards may be different depending on the row you play them. Standard battle can last up to 3 rounds. The first to win 2 rounds wins the whole match. Players alternate their turns. During your turn, you can play only one card, but you can use any number of abilities. The player who goes first in the match is the same who initiated the battle. In this case, you encounter an ambush, so your opponent will have the first turn.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
So you got strays, Lena.
An outrage!
Strength of each unit you play adds to your army's total strength. Okay. The player whose army has the most strength point at the end of the round will win the round. Some units have armor. Armor stores a certain amount of damage dealt to the unit. That is true.
Your Grace, the men await. You must lead to begin the attack.
Most cards have an ability of some kind. To learn more about it, select a card and read its short description. Additional information will appear if you right click the card, so play any card. Let's look at the Lyrian Arbalist. To damage an enemy by the number of cards on this row, reach 2. Deploy this trigger when played, reach distance, okay. I can find the bullseye from 100 paces. Perhaps not with my first shot, mind you. I'll play a Lyrian Scytheman. What does it say for him? Boost self by 5. Trigger this ability automatically when your leader's ability is used. So, okay, that's handy. Our folk, they feed, and our foes, they bleed. So we'll just pop him in there, won't we?
Aye, salt of the earth they are, your grace. They'd follow you into fire. You need simply say the word.
Scythemen have the loyal ability. This means that their other abilities activate every time you use Meve's ability. That's quite cool. Each leader has its own unique ability. To learn what it is, just select the leader. Meve's ability allows her to boost a unit's strength and armor. And add armor to it, I should say. So you can use this ability once every few turns. To use Meve's ability, first select her, then select one of your units. Meve's longsword. I suppose we'll just do that on the Lyrian Scytheman, won't we?
I shall teach you to respect the crown, you dogs.
You cannot make any more moves. It's on end your turn. Yeah, well, we're in a quite a good spot though. Strays, Cavalryman. It's my turn. Play any card. Can play Count Cordwell. Oh, that dog low. Play a copy of each adjacent unit from your deck. Trigger this ability when played. Your Majesty, for the Queen to question commoners. Why, it's simply not proper. What's his full name? Oh, the illustration's quite cool. A little doggy dog.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Summon a copy of a unit. Well, let's activate one of these. We can.
The strays took 10 and run.
We can end our turn.
Look out! See cover! We are bombarded!
I wouldn't worry about it too much. Opponent's cards also have abilities. Be sure to read their descriptions carefully. Or we just ban the card now.
Arbalist, your command.
Yes, our victory is assured. Sound the horns. May they sing praises of this triumph for ages.
I'm going that fucking far, Caldwell. When you played all your cards, the end turn button will turn into a pass button. When you pass, you will not be able to perform any actions until the start of your next turn. To end the last time around, press the coin button. The player whose army has the most strength points at the end of the round will win the round. Yep. In the event of a tie, both players will receive a victory point.
Battle's not yet done. It is better to conserve our strength. Prepare for a strike that will prove decisive.
In the beginning of the second and third rounds, each player draws 3 cards on the deck.
Battle formation! Protect the Queen!
The player who won the previous round will play the first and next round, where we'll play you.
This artist will be reaping black-clad heads.
I'll just end our turn.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
I suppose we'll just keep batting these units. Oh, I haven't got the reach, that's annoying. Can we not pop him here, then reach? That's alright. I'll end our turn after doing that. I'm on 11, they're on 2. They've got 2 cards still to play.
Give me a time.
That's looking promising. Use your abilities, leader's ability now. We use him on the sideman again, which will boost him up even more, and we can pass. Now they got to get 25 with one more card.
Bring about slaves, they hide wealth. I congratulate you on your latest victory, Your Grace. The bandits stood not a chance.
Yeah, they're quite optimistic taking on me in this early stage. Victory. Meve's longsword. I'm not accustomed to interruptions.
Matters seem indeed to have gotten out of hand, to put it mildly.
Meve said, arms crossed atop her shining breastplate.
They've grown bold. Doubtless after the raid on the manor, the tax collectors. I've not heard of an ambush on the high road afore.
Caldwell explained, avoiding his liege's wrathful gaze.
Enough, Caldwell. We must put things right. Come.
The Queen's retinue set out, cavalry in front, infantry and arbalists close behind, and, following in the rear, the bandits, bound in chains.
Nice little victory. So you can get some resources, got some gold for that. Oh, I like the fact it's a little cool little battle site here. Okay.
I do adore this prospect.
Yes. Lyria, the pearl of the north, with its hills and dales. Why, its beauty matched only by that of its queen.
After 3 weeks in the saddle, I've my doubts, Count. We shall pitch camp here. Our soldiers need respite. A spell of it they deserve.
Also, we get the nice little screenshots. That's quite pretty. Well, you can pitch camp. Cool. So it's with that button. Camp buildings allow you to expand your army and give you access to important information. Most camp buildings can be improved in your workshop. These improvements will give you access to stronger units, thus easing your journey down the line. Enter the workshop. What is the workshop? How's that open? Oh, sorry. We got to build it first, don't we? Royal tent. Here you can build improved camp buildings. We need wood and gold to build. For your journey, you definitely need access to regional map, but to get it first, you'll need to improve your royal tent. I upgrade the royal tent to level 2, so we start off level 1 and level 2 because there's a bit of wood and quite a lot of gold actually. There we go. Thanks to the improvement, you now have access to the regional map, which you can open from the main screen. The workshop itself can be improved. With each subsequent improvement, you will gain access to newer, stronger units. So we've got a royal tent now. Can I not go back? Oh, okay. Command tent. Go to command tent to view your army. In the command tent, you can create a unit to build your army from available cards. Improving this building will increase your army's recruit cap, allowing you to use stronger units. Cards currently your deck are displayed on the left-hand side. Okay. All cards available to create and place in the deck are displayed on the main screen. You can gain access to new cards by upgrading your training grounds and workshop as well as through story-related tasks. Greyed out cards are available but have not yet been created. You must first create them if we can include them in your deck. Your deck can include a minimum, contain a minimum of 25 cards while not exceeding your army's recruit cap. Currently your recruit cap sits at 125. To create new cards you will need a particular resource, recruits. You can gain recruits at conscription posts which are marked on the map with a helmet icon as well as story related tasks. You've received additional resources to craft a Wagenberg card. A Wagenberg card, yeah, that's cool. Where's my Wagenberg card? Is it one of these? It's a war wagon. A Wagenberg, okay, so we can create that, can't we? So, do I just recruit it? Okay, so. Hey, Walls on Wheels, they stole my idea. Let's make that. To be fair, that's quite cool. Cool. I can add into the deck now, can't we? There's we got another Wagenberg in the deck. Field medics, Rivian pikemen, drummers, sidemen, arbalasts, war wagons. We got the counts and stuff. That's good. You view and create new cards or return to main screen and continue your journey. Is there anything else here that we would like to make? Lyrian banner. Already got that. Tonics. I've dropped my phone as well. Oh. That's what you want to do when you're recording, dropping your phone on the floor. I think we're okay for the time being. Saving deck. You can now have a look at other camp buildings to familiar yourself with their functions, or you can return to the main screen to... It's not going to workshop again. So we can upgrade the Royal Tent to Royal Treasury. Mess Tent. Can't upgrade that at the moment. Command Tent. We can build a watchtower. We can build more. Oh god, it's quite expensive actually. So we've got this little workshop. You get new units, crushing trap for forager. I'm enjoying this so far. I'm very much enjoying this. We can build. I think maybe getting a watchtower would be good for the command tent, so we can scout and mark. Use scouts to mark location of treasure and resources on the regional map. Let's do that. Oh, I like the fact that watchtower's actually there. That's the mess tent. That's the royal tent. What do I do in the royal tent then? In the royal tent, you can view letters and maps you received so far as keys and card fragments. The royal tent screen can be accessed on the main game screen by pressing a knapsack icon. It's a good word, a knapsack. A royal steward's letter. Your Highness, artisans from Graveable have prepared a new tapestry pattern for the throne room. I've included an engraving of the design. You will be pleased with it. I hope a Cintrin lion inherited from King Coram I. Bared fangs offer stunning realism, and the ancestral sword of the Delans of Temeria appear as it was forged in the very depths of Makaman. I've no doubt it should prove the castle's latest masterpiece. We eagerly await your return, my lady. Gustave Perrault, Royal Steward. Letter from King Demaved. Dear Meve, you have my gratitude for achieving the summit. What luck we did not put off meeting any longer, from what my men say. Armies on the march, kicking up a veritable dust storm across the Yaruga. Come what may, remember you have my full and unconditional support. Best wishes. So we got reports. Report Nilfgaardian movement. Noted increased Nilfgaardian activity in the foothills of Amel Mountain and near Reidbrun. Ambassador claims routine train exercise. Number of troops, quality of equipment indicates otherwise. Recommend strengthening border forces and drifting patrols across the Yaruga, which is essentially a big fucking river. Reports the Strays of Spalla. Strays of Spalla, a bandit group formed after a revolt in dungeons of Spalla Castle. Mainly pickpockets, racketeers, cut purses, assassins armed with slings, daggers, and instruments of torture devices stolen from Spalla. Headsmen, axes, swords, and hammers. Ugh. Cleverer and bolder than common bandits, attack heavily armed convoys, noblemen's mansions, unable to determine identity of the group's leader. So we got maps now. Mike Milker's map, that's what we use to find that thing. We haven't got any keys and we've got any card fragments, so that's cool. So we've done that. Why is it still got an exclamation mark on it? Training ground. Oh, it's because I can build a Herald Study, which gives me a recruit after every battle won. Let's go into the mess tent. You can talk with your companions in the mess tent, give them a little bit of your time, and you might just learn a secret or two, so this is probably going to be quite beneficial. And what we are going to do is... Oh, who's the Grey White Rider? Is this the guy that's telling that story? Let's talk to Reynard.
A bit of respite, Reynard.
Yes. But if you've any new orders, Your Grace, I can be ready at any...
I'm sorry, I'm just having a bit of my coffee.
At ease, Reynard. At ease.
Is it not wearisome sitting
Don't
alone?
you find it wearisome sitting alone? Wouldn't you prefer another's company?
Oh, winky face.
Tales with the innkeep even.
Your concern I most appreciate, Your Grace. But I prefer silence.
Has it always been thus with you? Ever a man apart?
Quite the contrary, Your Grace. As a youth, I gloried in company, delighted in conversation.
So what was it that changed you?
That delight nearly cost me my head. But do you truly not know the tale, my lady? How I came to be your departed husband's aide?
I don't, but would gladly hear it.
I had but 20 winters behind me when I enlisted. Yet I was granted the rank of lieutenant from the start, not by merit, but by birth. The respect of veteran officers, both my peers and seniors, that they could not grant. nor did I deserve it.
That's fair enough. That was a thing that was done a lot in sort of Victorian era times, and before that you've got a lot of your
To earn
ranks.
that respect became my driving aim, and to seem wise beyond my years, I began spouting off about the king's decisions. This maneuver Reginald botched, that he failed to think through, and yet elsewhere he blundered like a schoolboy.
Well, a brilliant strategist Reginald was not. They dubbed him the courageous, not the cunning, for good reason, I dare say.
It was not long before I was clanking about in shackles. Another officer had reported me. I was charged with lèse-majesté. The court-martial took but a quarter of an hour to deliver verdict and sentence. I was guilty of treason, and the noose awaited me. But Reginald first stayed the execution, then ordered that I repeat every word I'd uttered about his person or deeds. Soaked with sweat, my voice cracking, I did as he ordained. Reginald listened, raptly and silently, and when I'd finished, he declared I was right. He then appointed me his personal aide. A clever lad like you, I can always use at my side.
Indeed. Though hardly sharp himself, wisdom in others Reginald both recognised and heeded.
It was then I swore two things. Firstly, never again to wag my tongue like a fool. Secondly, never to betray his trust.
And you never did. Know what he told me moments before he passed? Trust none of them, Meve, save Reynard. The old sod was right about that, at least.
No.
I thank you for sharing that tale, Reynard. Truly.
Wilhelm is not suited to be king.
Alas, I've come to fear villain might simply not be cut out to be a king, let alone a good one.
A harsh judgment, Your Grace. Let's not be hasty. The prince is but 16 summers to him.
And is thus fully grown. The crown he should be able to bear at his age. Yet I left the land in his care for but a few months, and look what's become of it. Bandits roam and loot unchecked.
We might yet learn of mitigating circumstances. Events beyond his control.
Would that it were so, Reynard. Would that it were so. Elsewise we must hope Ancaeus will demonstrate more wit than his brother. Though I see little chance of that either.
I must go.
It's time I attended to other matters.
Nice little information. So he's just gone back to his drink. I like the little embroidery that you get when you like circle over him. I also like the fact there's a guy passed out in the barrel there with his like wife looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? He's just really, really eagerly, slowly cleaning that tankard. And what's the Grey Rider? Current statistics. Puzzles, okay. So can I not click on this guy? Or is that just what this is? It just tells me... Okay, I can't seem to do anything like that. Cool. Maybe I'll have to chat to him later. Why is he just peering over? I don't like him. Let's go back. Right, I suppose we can exit camp now, can't we? Remember that you can open your map by clicking on the compass rose icon on the left side of the screen, okay? So that's that. He wants me to do it, doesn't it? So we are here, I'm guessing. Your primary task is mastering an exclamation point to see what awaits you next. Scroll through the map. So we got to go to this little village by the looks of it, and we've just died in this area, following this road. Cool. And we can use scouts, can't we? Do we use scouts? Just give it a go. Do you wish to send scouts as we reveal more parts of the map? Okay, cool. So at least we know what all this is, which is going to be handy. And that would cost me 50. So let's see if that, pray tell, we earn more money from that.
This is what I pay taxes for? To be robbed along the high road, and in broad daylight, no less.
How do you fucking... You
Were it
what?
not for mandatory merchant routes and stacking rights, why I'd have gone round, through Sodden. He told me. Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, a damn disgrace.
This is only pissed off merchant.
He told me.
We'll move on.
Lyria's a wild land, lawless, chaotic, damn disgrace.
Right. Your army's morale can change. Neutral morale has no impact on your cards, whereas low morale lowers each unit's strength by 1. Okay, so that's quite bad. The high morale increases it by 1 point. The army's current level of morale is displayed in the upper left. Changes morale depend on your choices throughout the game. To increase it, make an offering at a wayside shrine. But remember, after various battles, morale's return to neutral, so you must keep an eye on it. Cool. So we're normal at the moment. That's going to pop it to high, which is good. That's what we wanted.
Gods have mercy. Whatever is this filth?
No ghouls.
Necrophages. Drawn here by blood's scent.
For such vile monstrosities to prowl the high roads of my realm, I won't allow it. Attack!
Oh, fucking hell. Jeez, it's full on gun for it. Attack! Pilgrimage cut short. For Wolos, these travellers whose bodies now litter the roadside. They'd look at pilgrims who found misfortune after crossing path with the strays of Spalla. The bandits had slit their throats, leaving the bodies to rot under the sun. They likely have known the stench would attract the attention of flesh-hungry scavengers, thus exposing the next passers-by to a horrific death. Clearly this realisation hadn't bothered them in the slightest. Not that artwork, it's beautiful. Stop out. Probably any episode after this. But I'm enjoying this so far. A trophy is a unique type of card, and you can only have one trophy in your deck at a time. Okay. This trophy will automatically appear on the battlefield at the beginning of the match. Cool.
In broad daylight, with the heat positively sweltering, have we to do with some manner of sorcery?
We shouldn't exclude the possibility, my lord. And great caution we must exercise.
Your rows are now covered in fog, which is just one of several row effects you will encounter. Row effects affect all cards on a given row and can have either positive or negative consequences. Later on, you will gain access to cards that allow you to add similar row effects. Cool.
Raymond, what is this?
It's a foglet.
Some spectre? A strigger?
I can't be sure, your grace. It's the first I've seen of any such thing.
Delightful. Okay, so it's my turn. They can give me any advice what to do? I suppose we'll play Lyrian Sideman for the time being.
Aye.
And we'll just end our turn. Yeah, we're still higher in terms of what damage we're doing. But you can summon a copy, you can.
These carrion eaters. I know them. Appeared on my estate last spring, enticed by the corpses of those of my sheep that fell. Harmless at first. Until, that is, they fill their guts. Seemed to become quite powerful then.
Yeah, that's true. Use Fortitude Tonic to boost the strength for one of your units. Okay, so that's Fortitude Tonic. Boost the unit strength by 10. We can do that on our Scytheman. So that pops him up to 16. Cool. I suppose we're end turn.
Fearsome they look, true. But they bleed just as we do. Onward! Slay the filth!
He's passing, so he's essentially GG in this, so we win. Essentially, this round, can we just not end up turn? Why are you... Do you want me to play another card?
One gold.
So fortunate we raptured the beast before they had a chance to gorge.
2 Arbalast and another Sideman, that's not bad. A trophy for a standard battlefield between rounds because it has the resilient ability. Where's the trophy actually? I'm looking around and I can't even see what this trophy is. Might have been a blind kid. We'll find it anyway. So it's my go. Right, Lyrian Sideman. Pop you there.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you? Oh, go.
Your grace, yet more come.
They fill their bellies, ma'am. This doesn't bode well. No, not well at all.
Caldwell, you do worry me. We could use our ability, I suppose. See, ideally I'd then turn off that because of how much of a boost I've got, but it's not letting me do it. So I'll play a Sideman. We can't actually reach you, can we? No, but that's fine.
Your command.
Yeah, we'll play you.
I'm a lord, sir.
an Argyle, which is a slightly stronger ghoul, actually.
Strong as steers they've grown, and they show no fear.
Frenzied, my lady. It's bloodlust. They lose all instinct to survive, feel no pain whatever. I've witnessed this before.
Your Majesty, we must give ground. Fall back. We can't win. Must minimize our losses.
Oh, okay. Just like me, each enemy leader has a unique ability. Using its ability, the enemy destroyed one of your strongest units and threw it to the necrophages' feed, which has made them much stronger.
My queen, there is no shame in ceding the field when fortunes turn sour.
Yeah, we're going to have to pass. Not that I have a choice. So essentially it's just telling me about passing, which we can't just do. So we'll give them the win it will. No, that's quite fortuitous. Remember, just losing one round does not mean defeat. To win the battle, you must gain 2 victory points.
Be ours now. We shall not retreat. Arms at the ready. Attack! Look there.
Oh, rot thing, do.
Abomination.
Oh, that stench. My salts. Where are my salts?
Just actually command your army, you should understand the synergies that exist between your cards. To get things started, playing Wagenberg on the melee roll, the ability of this card becomes more powerful with each additional unit is added on the same row after. Okay. So we should really play Wagenberg. Cards that have the order ability can activate money any time you choose during your turn, but only after enough time has passed. Since placed on the battlefield, the icon at the bottom of the card will indicate when the ability is better to use. Okay. During your turn, you can activate any number of cards that have the order ability. Most can only be used once, but the order ability of some cards can be activated multiple times. So we'll just do that for now. Alright, so he's using that Argyle thing again. Yeah, that's what we're going to do anyway. Playing Arbalos on the melee roll. And we can use Wagenberg's ability, which is... just makes us a bit more tanky, doesn't it? Did I just use it on myself? Yeah, I think I did, for fuck's sake. Ignore that. Why'd she lose this? I'm a fool. Use Reynard's ability, that's if you activate whose units or order ability has been used. Yeah, we might want to do that. Play Reynard on the melee roll. That was so stupid. Yeah. Let's do that now. We can end our turn. And that's what you get for not reading properly. He's passed, so we won this now anyway. Your opponents ran out of cards and you have stars of advantage. Your victory is assured, so you can either pass your turn or play your glorious triumph to the end. I'll play our glorious triumph.
The beast had the chance against us. Victory is ours.
Happy days. What do we get from that? We got some loot. My beloved, please write as soon as you reach the temple. I know only 2 weeks have passed, but my heart weighs heavy with thoughts of you. Our home feels empty without you. I hope our offering, though modest, will please the Mother Goddess. With her blessing, we shall have a child at long last. I no doubt you'll make a loving father as a husband. Please vigilant return to me soon. Forever yours, Freaker. Oh, well, I don't think he's coming back, I'm afraid to say it. Anyways, this seems a good time to end this episode. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy my content in general. And I'll see you in the next episode of Thronebreaker.